Good morning, all of you. As I given you a homework in the last video that you will be learning the chapter advertising, and today we will have a test. Okay, so today you will be giving the test. I will show you the worksheet which you have to do. So this is a worksheet in of 10 marks in which you have to do the fill in the blanks, and then after you have to do the true and false. Okay, each and every question is of 1 mark each. Okay, so today you will do this worksheet into your copy and you will write the answers without taking any help from any other sources or from your parents. Okay, so you will be doing this by yourself, and I will be giving the answers to this question into the next video on Monday. Okay, so today this is the only homework which you are doing, but today we are starting with the new chapter, that is transport and communication. Okay, yes. So today we are starting with the chapter transport and communication. Previously we have done one chapter from civics, that is advertising. Now this chapter transport and communication is from geography. Okay. Now, beta this flow chart you have to make in your copy. Okay. With the proper heading in everything, you will be doing this flow chart in your copy. Okay. Now in transport and communication, we are going to talk about two important topics, that is transport, that is transport and communication. I hope it is clear to you, right? Now why transport and communication is a very important topic for you to read. Better understand one thing, that whenever you are going out of your home, even when you are home, you cannot imagine your life without communication. See how we are communicating with each other due to this lockdown. Previously we used to meet at school and we used to have proper lessons and everything, but now when we cannot go to the school, you cannot go to school, then what is happening? We are communicating by the way of internet, right? So this is how communication is a very important part of your life. Okay, if you're going out of your house, then if you are going somewhere to your friend's house or you're to in a party or somewhere, you need to communicate to your family, your friends. And if you're, for example, if you're studying in Delhi or Jaipur, then you need some sort of communication to talk to your family, to your friends, your parents. Okay, so communication is very important part of your life. Likewise, transport is again very important. I'm sitting here in my home, and if I want to go to the school, then I need a bus. If I want to go to my friends, then I need a scooter or a car. If I want to travel from here, Alwar, to Jaipur, then I need transportation. Okay, so can you imagine your life without transport and communication? No, we cannot. Transport and communication is very important part of life. Okay, see, as we all know that need is the mother of invention. Need is the mother of invention. Okay, so in the bronze time period, when the old people or those ancient people, when they had problem in transporting goods from one place to another, then they invented the what? Wheels. Okay, and after that, from that period since now, we have seen that so many inventions and so many development has happened, because we want every day, we want a kind of transportation or communication means which can take lesser and lesser time. Okay, so coming back, in transport we are going to talk about four forms of transport: roadways, railways, waterways and airways. One by one we will talk about it, and we are going to also talk about their advantages and disadvantages. Then you have your communication. In communication there are two parts: personal communication and mass communication. See, in personal communication we are talking about a kind of communication between two people. Okay, I can communicate with you by the way of email, because my email will only reach your emailing ID, because it has been addressed to your mailing ID. Or I can communicate to you by the way of calling, by the way of telephone, or I can write a letter to you. So this is called as personal communication. Here we have used the word personal. Why? Because we are communicating, communication is happening only between two people. Then we have mass communication. In mass communication, we are communicating to a lot of people at the same time. Okay, we have to communicate a number of people at a same time. So that is why it is called as mass communication, because mass means a masses of people, a lot of people. Okay, so in mass communication, though you have a lot of ways of mass communication, but the most important one are radio, television, and newspaper. We have talked about mass communication in the previous chapter of advertising also, and in detail we are going to talk about it in this videos. Okay, so this flow chart you will be making in copy. So today you will be doing two homework. The first is that you will give your test, okay, and you will check your test in the next video. Okay, and the second thing is that you will be making this flow chart into your copy, right? Now, so the first thing which we are going to talk about is transport, right? And then after that we will talk about communication. Now, introduction. The need to travel from one place to another to establish channels of communication is an important human need. Okay, it is a human need. Okay, every person need to go out of their houses, and in order to go out from your houses you need transport. Okay, no person in this world cannot survive without transportation. Even those areas which are very far off or very backward areas, even those places need some sort of communication and transportation. Without transportation and communication, it is very difficult for the people to survive. Imagine if you are living in a very backward area where even road transportation is not even there, and if somebody is ill in your house, and if they need to go to a doctor or hospital, then how you will do that? So that kind of life, living that kind of life is very difficult, and that is why government is taking so many measures in order to provide proper road and transportation and communication to you people, for us. Okay, now transport. Since ancient times, men have tried to find easier and faster means. See, the time in Bronze Age when the wheel was discovered, till now, in the olden times, they used to have carts, and then slowly and slowly we have bicycles, and then we have scooters and autos, and now we have so many faster means of transportation. Okay, because every day we have a need, and that is why so many inventions has taken place since the Bronze Age till this modern times, right? Now, the second point is, today all forms of transport are extremely accessible. Accessible means are reachable to you, okay, and have made huge strides. What is the meaning of the stride? Stride means developments. Okay, stride means development. Huge development or strides in development, reducing the world to a global village. Okay, global village means that now even I'm sitting here, I can communicate to any other person sitting in America or Europe or anywhere in the world, right? Which was not possible a few years back. Okay, but now you can see that our world has become a global village. Global village means that it is a common place for everyone. Okay, a person sitting in US can communicate to any other person sitting in India. Okay, we can send any document right now sitting into your home and send that document to any other person sitting in anywhere in the world. So our world has become a global village. Okay, global village means a place where everyone can communicate to everyone, right? Now, in transportation, you have read that there are four forms of transportation: roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. Okay, in this video we are going to talk about the roadways. Okay, now you all know that roadways are very important, because even if you have to go from here even to a railway station, you need some sort of roadways, transportation. Okay, roadways connect towns and villages with the help of automobiles. Okay, automobiles means those means of transportation which has wheels. Okay, modern highways aid in fast development of traffic in both directions. Highways means that whenever we are going from one town to another town, then you have huge roads, those are called as highways. You must have noticed that while going from Alwar to Gurgaon or to Delhi, then you will find a toll which is a national highway, okay, and it has been divided between 6 to 8 lanes, right or not? You must have noticed it or remember the same, okay. But these highways are called by different names in different countries. In India they are called by the name of highways, okay, but in another countries they are called from different names. For example, in United Kingdom they are called by the name of motorways. In Germany, they are called as by the name of autobahns, and in USA, they are called by the name of freeways. Okay, so in another countries, they are called by different names, but in our country, the highway, the modern lanes which are very huge, are called by the name of highways. Okay, now we are going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of highways. Now, what are the advantages of highways? First of all, they are easier and cheaper to build and maintain. You yourself can imagine that it will take a lot of money in order to maintain our aircraft, okay, or a train. But obviously, if we compare to road transport, then it is cheaper and easier to build and maintain. It does not involve a lot of money, a lot of cost. That is the first advantage. Second is the door-to-door service flexibility. Door-to-door means that just outside my home, if I do not even have my own vehicle, I can get an auto or a bus or a taxi. Okay, so I do not have to walk. Okay, provided by roads act as a feeder. What is the meaning of the feeder? Act as a feeder to all other form of transport, all other form of transport. For example, let's take an example of railways. If today I have a train from Alwar to Jaipur, then I have to reach railway station at least by 4:30, right? And in order to reach the railway station, I must have my own vehicle. And if I'm not having my own vehicle, then I might take a taxi or an auto, right? So what does it mean? That even going to the railway station or uh, railway station or even to airport, I need some sort of roadways, okay, because I cannot have a railways just outside my house, okay. So what do I need? I need some sort of transportation even to reach railway station, okay. So roadways act as a feeder to all other forms of transportation. Even for transportation, even for going to the airport or a railway station, I need roadways, right? Then the third important advantage of roadways is they serve an extremely efficient form of transport over short distances. Okay, over short distances they are extremely efficient, okay, because the cost is not much, and it is easier for me to go from one place to another place in my town, okay, and can be laid in mountainous and hilly and desert terrain. Desert terrain means that the area, okay, the roadways, okay, even those places which does not have a proper roads, or which does not have a very hilly area, at those places it is very difficult to maintain a railway station or less of a airport. Then what do we have form of transportation? At those places of transportation, the only thing which is possible is roadways, okay. So even to those places which is very difficult for us to reach, their only road transportation are accessible, right? So these are the advantages of road transport. Then when we have advantages, obviously there are certain disadvantages also. So there are three disadvantages. The first is less efficient in terms of time for quick transportation. Obviously it takes a lot of time in comparison to the railways and the airways, okay. If I want to reach from Jaipur to Bangalore, then if I am choosing railways or roadways, then it is going to take a lot of time in comparison to the airways or railways, right or not? Okay. And over long distances if I want to, because roadways is beneficial only for short distances, but for long distances it is not advisable, and in rough terrain also. Okay. The second thing is movement of bulky cargo. Cargo means those transportation means in which they are carrying a lot of material with them. For example, heavy vehicles or heavy machineries, they need to transport from one place to another. Then it is not easy and cheap by the roadways. Okay. If I want to send a lot of trucks, okay, from here, from Alwar to, for say example, for Delhi, or to Karnataka, then it takes a lot of money. Okay. And it takes a lot of time, which is better in other form of transport. Okay. The third is, beside traffic jams, rising fuel prices and frequent road transport are recurrent problems. Recurrent means those problems which are day to day, that are faced by while by road. Okay, so these are the common problem which you people must have faced every day. Traffic jams are so much in if you go to Delhi, and if I'm going from one place to another, then it take a lot of time for me to cross one place to another place because of traffic jams. Then the fuel prices are ever rising. Okay. And road accidents are happening on daily basis. Okay, so these are also the one of the problems of road transportation. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of road transportation. Okay. In the next video we are going to talk about waterways and railways, right? So please go through these with three slides. Okay, read all the topics and do your worksheet, and then do your flowchart in your copy. Okay, thank you so much.